Back in September, we did a shared storage installation for the US Navy, and we utilized the Netstor NA381TB for the very first time. It was impressive to say the least. Hey, Bob?
Yes, it was a wonderful product. We had done some demo work, but this was the first real installation. The NA381TB is a 24-bay chassis with 3 PCI Express expansion slots. Inside that chassis, we wound up putting an Eureka 1882iX card, which ran the 24 drives. We used Western Digital 4 terabyte drives for a total of 96 terabytes of storage. Once you now create a RAID array and start doing RAID 5 or RAID 6, the more realistic bandwidth that you're going to wind up seeing is around 1100, 1150 megabytes per second. So that is pretty much the maximum bandwidth. If we were to do RAID 0, we would get greater bandwidth, closer to 1300 megabytes per second, but we're always nervous about doing that. So it's very important for us to create RAID protected arrays, and that's why we create RAID 6 so that we can have 2 failures, not just 1 failure, but 2 failures. And the other card that was inside the chassis was a small tree 10 gig Ethernet card, which connected to an 8-port Netgear 10 gig Ethernet switch that allowed us to have 10 gig direct connection to each one of the client computers. Since
there's 3 slots, we even put an eSATA card into the Netstor NAS so that they could dump their older drives to their shared storage that much faster. It was the first time I'd ever networked more than 2 of the new. Can we quit calling them new? The Cylinder Mac Pros are just Mac Pros now. But they had 4 client machines that were Mac Pros and pretty loaded, and then the server itself was a Mac Pro, because at the time we still didn't have the Thunderbolt 2 capabilities in the Mac Minis. My favorite part of the Netstor NAS is that drawer in the back that holds the Mac Mini. We should be able to put a Thunderbolt 2 Mac Mini into that unit now and let that be our file server.
And that would give you a 4-rack unit configuration that's completely self-contained, so that you don't have an external computer, which is, a large desktop device. This would be inside the Netstor chassis, and you would have a complete server system that is in a 4-rack units that's completely self-contained. So it's very exciting. We're very anxious to try the new Mac Mini. Because it was a small installation, we didn't even use OS X server software. We just used the regular Apple operating system. At the particular time, we were using OS X Mavericks. And OS X Mavericks will allow for up to 10 connections, 10 client computers, without the OS X server software. So we wanted to make an installation as simple as possible for the user, because they didn't have a technician or an IT professional in their department. So the very fact that we didn't have any server software made it that much easier for them.
There's always 500 different ways to do things, and unless you call us, you're probably going to pick one of the wrong ones, is kind of my guess, wouldn't you say?
Right. I mean, there's a lot.
Because we're smarter than most people. I mean, you're smarter than I am, and I'm smarter than a lot of people. We're the value add to the value-added reseller, the additional training you may need, the installation, the configuration, the things that don't come with the product when you buy them online. And if you need these services, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Go to editrig.com and fill out our comment form, and we'll be in touch with you to see if we can help you out.